Imagine a time before confusion, a time where humanity, united by a single voice, dreamed of touching the heavens. They erected a structure so ambitious, so challenging, that its mere existence echoes through the millennia, not as a legend, but as a mirror of our own nature. What would happen if humanity's greatest project was interrupted by an invisible force, a force that would forever change the course of history? Prepare to unravel the enigma of the Tower of Babel, a story that is not just about bricks and mortar, but about the very essence of communication, identity, and the incredible tapestry of languages that defines us today. Are you ready to see the world from a new perspective? Because, believe me, after today, the way you hear the world will never be the same. Why? All of a sudden, did understanding fall apart? Why did unity fragment into a chorus of unintelligible voices? The answer lies in one of humanity's oldest and most intriguing accounts, a tale that, though biblical, resonates with universal truths about the power of language and the consequences of unbridled ambition. But the story of the Tower of Babel is much more than a divine punishment. It is the genesis of something extraordinary, the linguistic diversity we celebrate today. And this is where the true mystery begins. How did this initial fragmentation give rise to a universe of sounds, meanings, and cultures so vast and complex? And what does this tell us about who we are and where we are going? Stay with us, because every word you hear next is a step towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. In the heart of Mesopotamia, a civilization flourished. With a grand vision, they decided to build a city and a tower whose top would reach the heavens. It was not just a physical structure, it was a symbol of their unity, their ability to overcome limits, their quest for a name that would echo through eternity. But this ambition, this monolithic union, would be tested in a way no one could have predicted. What would happen when the divine and the human collided in such a spectacular manner? And how would this collision, this moment of rupture, become the catalyst for the linguistic richness that fascinates us today? The journey to unravel these secrets is just beginning, and what we discover together may change your perception of every conversation, every book, every song you have ever experienced. Prepare for a journey that transcends time and space, delving into the roots of human communication. What you are about to learn is more than history. It is the key to understanding our present and glimpsing our future. In the book of Genesis, chapter 11, the narrative is clear. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech. This linguistic unity allowed for unprecedented collaboration. Imagine the efficiency, the absence of communication barriers, the ease with which ideas and knowledge were shared. It was a world of perfect understanding, where every instruction, every plan, every dream was immediately understood by all. But this very unity, paradoxically, became the seed of its own dissolution. Human ambition, immeasurable and boundless, led them to a project that, in divine eyes, represented an affront. They didn't just want to build a tower, they wanted to build a name for themselves, a monument to their own glory, perhaps even a challenge to celestial sovereignty. And this is where the story takes an unexpected turn, a turning point that echoes to this day. Suddenly, chaos. What was once clarity became babel. Words lost their meaning, sounds became strange, and understanding, which was the foundation of their union, crumbled. And the Lord said, "Indeed the people are one, and they all have one language." And this is what they begin to do. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. "Come, let us go down," and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. This divine intervention, though described as an act of confusion, was, in fact, an act of creation. From disorder, diversity was born. From fragmentation, richness emerged. The Tower of Babel, which was meant to be a symbol of human unity and power, became the birthplace of thousands of languages, each with its own melody, its own logic, its own way of seeing and describing the world. But how did this linguistic explosion manifest itself? And what does it mean for us, who live in a world where communication is both so easy and so complex? Today, it is estimated that there are between 6,000 and 7,000 languages spoken across the planet. Each of them is a universe in itself, a repository of history, culture, knowledge, and unique ways of thinking. Consider Inuktitut, with its dozens of words to describe different types of snow, reflecting the deep connection of the Inuit people to their environment. Or Parahu, an Amazonian language that challenges many Western linguistic theories, with no numbers, no colors, and a grammatical structure that seems to ignore the concept of recursion. Each language is a lens through which its speakers perceive reality, shaping not only what they can say, but also what they can think. Linguistic diversity is not just a curiosity, it is a treasure, a living library of human experiences. But this treasure is under threat. What happens when a language dies, and what can we do to protect this invaluable richness? Every 2 weeks, a language dies. With it, not only a set of words and grammatical rules disappears, but an entire system of knowledge, a unique way of interpreting the world. Stories, songs, traditions, and a cultural heritage that spans generations. It's like losing an entire species from a rainforest. But in the realm of human intellect, globalization, the hegemony of some dominant languages, and the lack of intergenerational transmission are the main culprits of this irreparable loss. But not all is lost. There are global efforts to document, revitalize, and protect endangered languages. Indigenous communities, linguists, activists, and international organizations are working tirelessly to ensure that these voices are not silenced forever. But why does this matter so much? Why should we care about the survival of languages we may never speak? Because linguistic diversity is a reflection of the diversity of human thought. Every language that survives is a window into a new perspective, a new solution to a problem, a new way of expressing the beauty and complexity of existence. It teaches us humility, forces us to question our own assumptions, and opens us to a world of possibilities we never would have imagined. The story of the Tower of Babel, therefore, is not just about the origin of confusion, but about the beauty that emerged from it. It is about the resilience of the human spirit to adapt, to create new forms of connection, even in the face of fragmentation. And it is about our collective responsibility to nurture and protect this linguistic tapestry that makes us so unique and, at the same time, so interconnected. But how can we, in our daily lives, contribute to this celebration of diversity? And what is the next great challenge in the evolution of human communication? In the 21st century, technology offers us tools that, in a way, seek to reverse the curse of Babel. Automatic translators, artificial intelligence capable of processing and generating speech in real time, and global communication platforms are breaking down linguistic barriers in ways our ancestors could never have dreamed of. We are moving towards a new era of communicative unity, where linguistic differences can be bridged with a click. But will this ease make us lose appreciation for the intrinsic richness of each language? Will the convenience of instant translation deter us from the effort of learning and immersing ourselves in other cultures through their languages? The future of human communication is an open field, full of promises and challenges. The Tower of Babel taught us that unity can be fragile, and that diversity is a powerful force. Now it is up to us to decide how we will use the tools we have to build bridges, not just between languages, but between minds and hearts. What will you do with this new understanding? How will you celebrate the incredible diversity of voices that make up the chorus of humanity? The answer, as always, is in your hands, and the journey, my friend, is just beginning.